Well, thanks for ordering a custom report. I'm overwhelming you with this stuff. I mean, you'll see this report has over 300 sources of money and help for you to start any kind of business. It's for any kind of business. Yeah. And also, besides the 300 sources of money and help, there's also about 100 how-to videos in this report that I've made for this or accumulated over the years or whatever that explain all these sources, because I've been videotaping these sources for years and years. The people give out the money. And the first video that you should watch is the one at the beginning of this report that shows you how to treat a government official. Because that's the important thing. I mean, going out and getting this kind of free help. It's not like, going on the internet and finding somebody who's going to sell you something and talking to them and they just can't wait to sell it to you and they'll call you back anytime, do anything you say and whatever, because they want money from you. These people don't want any money from you. They're giving you money, so they're not going to, maybe, be as flexible, as somebody who's trying to get money from you. So you have to realize that, and that's why that video tells you how to treat these people and what to do, to take advantage of that. Now, also, I'm giving you a lot of work here. I mean, it takes work now on your part. You got to follow up. All I did is collect all the best stuff. And so, in other words, if you're looking for a date, I collected all the good-looking women or men or whatever you're after and put them in one bar for the night. Now, whether any of these go out with you, it depends on you and what you do, what you say, to them. So that's right. You have to follow up. And the neatest thing about following up, it leads you to something else that I didn't even know was out there. It's just such a big world out there. But what I do is narrow down like the hundreds of millions of websites that you get when you Google, and I get it down to 300. But again, what you have now is a reference source for the rest of your life on any problem that comes up in starting a business or expanding a business or a nonprofit organization or being a freelancer. I want to say anything, to generate income, to go for money and help. That's why, to me, this is better than I used to sell reference books. But now all the information is local, so I can't do a local or a book for what is it? We got 100,000 cities or something like that in the United States. Man, I can't do that. So that's why I do these custom things. And the first 3 videos I have there are interviews of government officials that tell you why they want to help you. In other words, this is the most important thing. You got to understand that the government wants you to start a business because you create a job. You create jobs for yourself. You create a job for somebody else or whatever. That's why they get reelected. Why did Trump get reelected, right? He's promising a job for everybody, right? So that's why these programs are there. They're trying to help people get jobs for themselves or other people. Now, because you're interested in the green economy and you're not really sure what aspect of that you want to be a part of, what I have here, the first thing that I ran into that I put here right up on top is the government will give you $100 for a new toilet. But that's just, and this is where you live. So this program, is right there in your city that gives you $100 so you buy a new toilet. Because the old toilets are wasting too much water, right? So this is sort of tells you, to me, why, what you're doing is important, and these are potential organizations that have money that are trying to solve that problem too, that you may be able to partner with. And then the next one right there, you have a sustainability office right there, and I have the description, a link or whatever that tells you what they're offering, to help the city be more sustainable. So if you're looking to educate people about sustainability, provide products, provide services or whatever, you should talk to them. See, and the important thing too, if you're in the development stage, you have to find out where the markets are, not just you dreaming them up, and we're all smart enough to do that, but it's getting feedback. Without feedback, man, I've written 100 books and I swore each one was going to be a New York Times bestseller. But only 10 have made money. I'm wrong 90% of the time. But you don't have to write a book and then hope it sells. You can test it out beforehand. And that's what these services do for you too, help. Now also, because if it's green related, I'm showing you where to sell your goods and services to the local government. the state government, the city government, and the county government, and how to follow up on that. And also for each of those people, I told you how to find your elected representative. See, it's the elected representative that really makes things happen. So they have an office. I show you an office here that sits down with small businesses and show you how to get into this business of selling anything to the government. I mean, you could be a freelance artist. You could be an IT person or something like that, or anything, a massage therapist or a yoga instructor that they hire, at lunchtime for their people. How do you sell your goods and services there? Well, there's people to help you for free. So if you go on the Google and search for that kind of help, you're going to get some consultants going to charge you, thousands or tens of thousands of dollars for that. And these government officials are paid to do that for free. And that's the horse's mouth. Why hire somebody to go out and read the law for you when you can talk to somebody who wrote the law? Yeah, and they're free. So also like in your city, your city commissioner, you could contact them if you have trouble with the government in applying or anything. Your elected official, the commissioner at the city level, whatever, will help you. Now, right there too in your city, look at, they have a program there where they give out $530,000 in local grants to improve the city. Okay, now, see, if you look at that link that I gave you there, you see they're giving out $500,000 in grants to improve the city. Well, how can they make this city greener, right? So if they're the ideas you have, this is a chance for you, to figure out, and you can't sit, in your, office or whatever it is, or the coffee shop dreaming up something. You have to get in front of these people, and you can contact them. I have all the information there. You make an appointment. You explain what you're trying to do and how they can maybe work together, or is there a possibility at all? If they call you nuts, fine. A lot of people call me nuts over the life. Yeah. And I made millions of dollars being nuts. So you just go on to the next part. You can't please everybody. It doesn't matter, but you need that feedback. Okay. Here's another thing too. If you're having an office or a small office space, a $7,500 grant to make it look better. That's right. Now, who would have thought something like that? That's why I see the grant money is all kinds of places you never even knew that. People want to go in and say, I just need a $100,000 grant to start my business and not worry about paying bills. That's only going to happen if you're a hooker. The rest of us have to figure out the system, and use it. So it's piecing together things like this. So that's a program there. That's in there. Here's a $150,000 grant to make your business look better. So that's $7,000 one place, $150,000 another place. Here, if you're creating 10 or more jobs, they give you like $3,000 to $5,000 grant for every job you create. So you're going to hire somebody? There's another way to pay for this. Here, get up to $2,000 in grant for creating grants for creating salaries with wages above average. Now that's creating salaries. Okay, I have a typo there. I didn't send it to you yet. Okay, so that's another thing. So $200,000. See, there's all kinds of things that are happening for grants, but maybe not the way you want it. And so sorry, life isn't the way any of us want it. It's sort of like living with this guy in the White House. Maybe it's not the way you wanted it, but we got to figure out how to live with it, right? Okay, a $500,000 low interest loan if your business improves the neighborhood. That's right. So maybe your business is going to improve the neighborhood somewhere. Okay, financing up to $5 million to expand a new business. These are all local programs. Or how about the $72,000 forgivable loan to fix up your house? Well, that's a little, I just thought I'd throw that in just to show you. There are all kinds of grants. Yeah. Grants for nonprofit and for-profit organizations that give $45,000 for each customer that builds a home. So maybe you're going to do an energy efficient homes. Okay, this is a program that gives your customer who's going to buy your home $45,000. Wow, who the hell? You're not getting it, but you are. They're giving it to the guy who's buying it from you, then you get the money. It's sort of like these for-profit universities. They make you get a loan from the government, so you give them the money. That's what we do in healthcare, right? The government gives you money so you could give it to some business. Nuts, but that's the way it is. Okay, free help starting, expanding a nonprofit organization. That's all there. So whether you want to do a nonprofit, you contact them. 67 sources. Look at that. 67 sources just in your county there of money and help for entrepreneurs. Wow. Go through that list. Click on the list, see what's going to happen. Now, again, don't forget, you can't follow up on everything, that I have in here. Free entrepreneur workshops, but something like this, a workshop. So I think, because you're still formulating your idea and what you want to do and all this kind of stuff, that this, a workshop, a free workshop, now that's good. So because they want you to start a business, and not somebody selling you a workshop because they're free. See what happens? Somebody selling you something, they'll put razzle dazzle in it, think that the person giving the workshop walks on water and promise you all kinds of things, and then you go out and fall flat on your face. But these people they're not charging you any money, so they're not grabbing your money and just promise you stuff. Their success depends on your success. How many jobs can they create with these workshops? How many people start businesses with these workshops? That's how they keep score. So that's it's a more honest way. You have the same goal in mind. The other people are trying to take a pig and fancy it up and promise you the world, so you buy it, and then it may or may not happen. But these people have the same thing in mind. So that's a good place to start. And help you think through the ideas. And that's what these workshops do. You have 1,000 ways to make money. Right, we all do. And that's why it's trying to piece it together, trying to find all the potential parts. What's all my options out there? And then what's the best piece for me? Sitting and not knowing all your options out there, you're going to think of the best thing for you, but not with feedback from out there. And that's what you have to get. And that's what's, if you go down in the crowdfunding section, that's why I show you how to do things like that and test any idea for free. And it costs nothing to do with the full-fledged idea. And then you get feedback right away. Yeah. Without spending a nickel on a consultants or but on real customers or potential customers. So if you win there, you win twice, because you're winning because they give you money to do your idea. Then you win again because now you have the customers. Not only the idea that works, you also have the customers all at once. Oh, what's going to sell? And then you spend all this money and time trying to figure out what to sell, and then you go out and try to sell it, and you waste money and time or whatever, go back and try to find another. Okay, so these free seminars, something like that. You want to go out and find it. Okay, 4 ways Broward County will help you get financing for your business. See, all this kind of financing. I think, think about it, whatever, but, I think you got to formulate an idea, and that may take time by evaluating financing options, the kinds of things you may be able to get money for you. Okay, free help selling your goods and services overseas. So you have something that you want to sell overseas. They even have a program, and I'll show you that later in the federal section. They give you $5,000 to go overseas and sell your stuff. Right. And they hook you up with people overseas that will represent you. And they do all this for free. Consultants, again, will charge you thousands of dollars for this. So why do that? Free help in selling your goods and services in Broward County. So that's, again, this is a consultant, a management marketing consultant, but it does it for free. And they're the horse's mouth. Okay. Learn the kinds of grants available to help people embark. Okay. See, now this is interesting. See, if you have something that will help people, this is grants are giving out to help people, particularly low to moderate income people. So if they need to live a better life, maybe you want to train them in some kind of green job opportunity, whatever. So show them that. So you can have a training program for that and train them and get contracts from the city and the county to do that. See, and this is lots of grant money. You get the grant, and it's really a contract too. So I got a list here. You'll see the kinds of things that they're working on. Okay, here's 79. This is important for you too. This is a database of all the financial incentives that are available for the green economy. This has been up for a couple of years now. It's DSIREUSA.org. Now there's down, I think they're in Chapel Hill. It's a university that collects all these things. They organize it. You can put in your zip code, and you see all the federal programs, you see all the state programs, you see all the city programs, you see all the county programs, you see all the private sector programs that are there to help you give money and incentives. Like you want to buy a fuel efficient car or an electronic car. That's the kind of stuff that come up. Okay, here's $1,000 or $5,000 if you're not in business yet, or been in business for less than 2 years and have no financial records whatsoever. You think the banks will ever do this? Yeah. So here's how you get up to $5,000. You haven't been. You go to the bank and ask for a business loan. How many years? Give me financial statements and your accountant and your firstborn child, and then we'll consider you. Now, this they say in their literature. You haven't been in business. You've been in business for less than 2 years, maybe 2 days, and you have no records whatsoever. Which a lot of small business start with. So that's why you just never know what the hell's out there to use. Okay, how your state government helps you get a grant for your nonprofit. That's another great source. $3 billion available to entrepreneurs and venture capital. So many things here are big time stuff that you really probably have to be think through your idea more for this kind of venture capital money. Here, nonprofit offers alternatives, small business loans. That's another thing. So you have to really, but these people are good because they'll help you before you ask for money, help you develop your idea. So all these people that identify venture money, here's one for up to $5 million for energy related products. So $500,000 to $5 million for energy related products. Okay. Now these aren't loans. These are people, venture capital. These are people you're going to marry. But you got to get the money to do it. How is he going to do it? You need the money. That's it. Okay. Venture capital funding for emerging technology. That's state stuff, man. Venture to create jobs. That's just for great jobs. Large state grants for clean energy related businesses. Incubators. This is something you should figure out. See if you can get involved in this. They're called incubators and accelerators. I got a bunch here that are local, and then down in see, this report is two sections. The first section is all government and nonprofit organizations. The second section is what's going on the internet. These are platforms, that give out money, and the new shared economy and stuff like that. So that's what's the second half, and that's what part of I have the incubators and accelerators. Now, this is really for people who are starting and thinking about their business, okay? So you're thinking about your business and not sure how to do it. They help you with every step. Free mentoring. They may charge you for rent or something like that. Some of them give you even money, like $5, $10, $15, up to $50,000 to help develop your idea. But more important, it's the expertise, the marketing help, the financial expertise, the help of planning how to start this business is all free, and because they want you to succeed in your business. So that's what I would investigate if one of those seem interesting to you. Now, also, there's one other thing down in the second half I want to make sure you see, particularly it's for the beginning of your business. I mean, things like the small business development centers, of course, they may or may not be good. Depends on your idea, kind of thing. And it's hit or miss. It can be, but always worth checking. And if you get more specific later, they can be really helpful. And then things like this, the incubators, the small business money that I have about a dozen places for money, microloans, stuff like that for small business that also give you technical assistance. So that's why you're not even asking for money. You want their technical assistance for free. So before you ask for a $30,000, whatever it is they want you to ask for, they will help you technically to think through your idea and what you need and help you evaluate all that thing. Man, that's more valuable than the money sometimes, particularly in the beginning of a project. So you have those people. You have these incubators and accelerators that also do that, and they may even give you grants too. Depend on the program. Some have grant money that they give out to everybody involved, and some don't. And then meetups. If you go down to meetups, later on in the report, you will see I showed you some meetups where you are of entrepreneurs and even green entrepreneurs, that meet up. I mean, this is people like you trying to, make a buck in this industry, and they probably figured out a lot of stuff if they've been at it for a while, and you're just starting. It's a good way to learn, and it only costs you, like a lousy pizza dinner or something, whatever they serve at these meetups, and it's a bunch of people like you struggling with the same issues. That's where you get a lot lot of information. You go on the internet, try something, you're going to get some lawyer, some accountant, somebody who promises you the world, and as long as you give them money, and who the hell knows if that works? So get the free one first. I mean, the name of the game of being in business is you got to stay in business long enough till you figure it out. That's the key. And the other way to do that is by don't spend money. Otherwise, you'll be out of business. That's why everything I have in here, it costs you nothing. So everything, that's what's neat. So, okay, now they also have, a program where they'll pay 50% of the wage of a current employee while they learn a new skill. Or here's even a better one. You want to hire somebody that you really think is great, but they don't know how to do something. Like they don't know how to do Excel and spreadsheets or something. You want to train them to do that. Or something in your business. They don't know how to pack or do this kind of stuff or use the computer or something. Well, what you can do is have the government pay 50% of their salary until they learn how to do it. Man, where else are you going to get that? See, that's what I mean about piecing together things. Okay, here's a bunch of nonprofit organizations that give money to small business, like 0% interest. Where the hell else are you going to get 0% interest? Bank of America ain't going to do that. So if you're looking for money, use one of these places that have that. They're small, and then there's money like even Starbucks. There's these commercial banks that are really nonprofit organizations, again, so they're friendlier, nicer, whatever, and they get grants, so they cover themselves more like that instead of having to come and break your kneecaps, if you don't pay. Free legal help. I was searching for for immigrant entrepreneurs. Now here's I think the most important section I have: free research, mentoring, and counseling. Okay, there's 4 or 5 sources in there how to get anything for free. Okay, and see, on Google, you're going to find people that are going to charge you money. That's what Google's all about. Everybody wants to make money and sell their stuff is on Google trying to figure out how to get your eyes. And so they get that. The people who will help you for free, they don't do that. They're not on Google. They don't have money to give to Google. Okay, so they're not there. They may be there, but they're on page 35 and you never do it. Now, one thing that everybody should know in this country is 211.org. You could also call them. Now, that's sort of like Google, but only free money is in there. Only free money. You don't have to put up with any pop-ups or anybody selling you or contacting anybody and expecting them to oversell you with something or whatever. Now most of it's for problems. Sort of like you need to repair your home. You need legal help, and if you're a millionaire, there's probably certain stuff for there, but it's not really aimed for you. It's aimed at people who are more struggling to get by and have a problem to solve. But it's on anything. Financial assistance, man. You could go in there for your area and find 200-300 organizations that give out cash to help you with financial problems. Wow. I got a whole bunch of videos in there for everything there. If you have even if you have a food-related business, it's a county cooperative extension service will help you with that. People that help you with any kind of credit kind of problems. Now, here's another thing, too, that you can have. If you're looking for grants. Okay. Now, what I do, I specialize in, there's really 2 kind of grants. Government grants I specialize in. And actually, what's interesting to me is that if you're interested in government grants, and that means you want free money, but only 20% of the free money the government gives out is called grants. Most of the stuff I've talked about so far from the government, which is money or services all for free, aren't called grants. But the real grants are really foundations. These are big organizations that give out grants to do something. Now, that's not government, okay? And unfortunately, 90% of those grant makers, the people who give out money for grants, don't have websites. So you can't find them. You have to know that system. And a way to know it, now there's 2 ways. You hire a grant writer and they know those kind of things, but that's not the stuff you want anyway. But to take a look at it, you go to your public library. There's a database they have. You could buy the database, buy access to the database. It costs about $1,500 a month for you to access the database, and my glasses look crooked. About $1,500 a month. Or your library has it for free. So you go there and lose for free, and they'll teach you how to use it and everything. So that's really cool. So that's why you want to know grants, and that's 95% of people. That's 150,000 people, organizations that give out grant money. Now, most of that is for nonprofits, okay? But if you're not a nonprofit, there's about 10,000 of them in there for individuals. But like I say, not 150,000, only 10,000 are individuals. But the whole thing is free at your library, so you want to look at that. Okay, and in that section too, I show you how to use your elected official. Man, you'll see that you could go to your congressman or senator and you see, I show you a copy of a form you just fill out. I want a grant on, number one, affordable housing, number two, heating and weatherization, or rural development, or green grants. They have one there, general grants, senior, you just like fill out, they'll do that research for you, right? And particularly use them if you have trouble with government office, because they can, they could fix it a lot easier than you and I can, or find you stuff. That's the most important thing. So go on through this thing. Sorry I'm babbling on. You see all the federal programs, state programs, a whole bunch of money programs all over, for depending on where you put your business, and then also the stuff on the internet. Now, most of these have introduction videos. Watch the the introduction video on how to fail at crowdfunding. That's the best opportunity I think we all have in this country, is how to fail and make more money at failing than if you ever succeeded. So I'm sorry I babble on so much on this, but take care and let me know your question.